Okay, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Got a few little updates here. It is Friday evening here at my house, and just wanted to go over a few little things that we'd learned and things that we are looking at. When it comes to making a username for a client, I know we've been using emails. Those are great. If the client doesn't have an email or doesn't want to use their email, we've been doing a little trick. Like if it was for me, it would be randy@rogers.com. Most likely you're not accidentally creating an email or, using an email somebody else has unless their last name happens to be Yahoo or Gmail. So it's just an easy thing to use first name, last name as in the at and the .com. The computer, the system seems to like that a little better than other things. So that's just an option that you can have for yourself. It has been a little easier coming along to get logged in and to set up accounts. I think we're just getting a little better and learning tricks along the way. Um, Once you are logged in under somebody and you go and they have a pre-populated drug list and you've picked out which drugs they still are using, have on that drug list, make sure you check every dosage on that because the dosages have been not only incorrect but sometimes wildly incorrect. So we don't, it's throwing everything off if you don't make sure you get all those dosages right. And if you change those dosages, they'll stay. But we have noticed another problem. If you are adding drugs in, you're putting the drugs in and you set the dosage on them and the milligrams or whatever, and then you go back and edit it later, to go, oh no, that was supposed to be, twice a day or so. It freaks out. It will default back to a base dosage amount and the amount of pills, everything. What we found is it's just easier if you need to edit it is to delete that drug and add it again because it may cause some miscalculations in how the drug is processed through the finder. So just take the drug off and put it right back in. It's not a problem with the drugs that are pre-populated in the thing when you log in. You can change those drugs dosages and amounts and it seems to stay and work just fine. Earlier today was interesting that several of the choice plans, the Humana choice and another plan of an Advantage plan fell off the plan finder for most of the day. And so we had clients that we were trying to look at Humana choice and it wasn't on there. I've looked again this evening and it is back on. All of the Advantage plans are back on. So that was a temporary glitch. It's okay. Um, Let me see what else I got. Always remember, use that drag down bar to select premium and drug cost in their options. We've been pretty good about that. First couple of days, we had a little bit of issues with people not doing that, but everybody seems to have gotten that down. But make sure you do that. Also, occasionally you will pull down the pull down menu and it doesn't even give you the option of premium plus drug cost. So what you want to do at that point is spin all the way back around, hit the Medicare.gov symbol, come back around, come back through. Most of the time it caches and remembers who you are. Sometimes you have to log back in. But when you get back to the plan finder, it will then allow you most likely to have a premium and drug cost option there. So that works out okay. That would be good. Let's see, making sure. Oh, also those mindful of the Medicaid and LIS people that it most likely is not going to price it correctly the first time around. You've got to come back all the way around again and manually tell it whether they have Medicaid or LIS and what kind of LIS. Even though it has it correct up on the upper right-hand side in that green box, when you pull down that menu, it'll say what their benefits are, but doesn't calculate it correct. So you most likely will have to spin around and come back through again. System's a little glitchy, a little more glitchy than we even thought it might be, but we're working with it. Nothing so far that's been catastrophic yet. Um, though definitely would prefer it to be a little less glitchy and we could feel a little more comfortable about everything that it's giving us. Want to show you a couple of things just on the scheduler. Let me see if I can share here and do, 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 share that screen. Sorry about that. So here we are. Looking up next week, Monday, we do have some gap here at the Allied Street. Counselor did need to drop out because of a traveling issue. Got one little thing down here at Crozet, but I think we're going to handle that. Got a little bit, need a little bit of help up here. And if you add yourself in there over the weekend, then we'll fill in some clients along with that. So if you take not only the 9, 10, but maybe an 11, and we'll get a green spot and can fill it in. Thank you very much. We had people fill in at Epworth Manor and in Palmyra, and that helped filled in our problems there. We still need somebody on Tuesday at the Betty Queen Center down here. I know that might be very small in the video. Let's see if I can get it to come up a little bigger. Come on. Okay, yeah, so the Betty Queen Center down here. Looking pretty good throughout the rest of the week. Needs a little help on Friday at the Allied office. Moving forward. Now, as we've been cruising along, especially the first few days of next week, it looks good. We do run into things that don't even show up here when we're looking at a glance, is that on like Friday here, November 1st, Friday and next week, um, as you can see at Allied Street, no, at Allied Street, I mean at Hillsdale, it's Heather and Will. That's all we got, man. It's the only counselors. Usually this is packed full of a solid pack of counselors, but there are some dates if you're looking around through it that are completely empty. Doing okay in the morning in Allied Street for the first half, but as you notice, there are some gaps here on the bottom of the hours in the morning. And if we glanced around at other places, we'll find where some things, very big gaps right here in the afternoons, um, on the on the half hours at Allied. Doing okay there. Of course, Colt's all by himself here at 9 o'clock. Um, but yeah, as you put yourself in, just remember we are not scheduling anymore. If there's not a counselor already sitting right here, we are not going to put a client right there. So that means we're going to just keep pushing them out and pushing them out. So we'll get a date like this Friday, and we'll pretty much, if it stays the same right here, the Hillsdale office would pretty much be a ghost town. And so we're not going to put any clients here unless there's counselors there. And you really want to be out in front of that a few days because you don't want to put it in on the afternoon of Thursday and expect the admins to fill it up with clients. So that's just not going to happen. Yeah, we're doing really well. I do want to bring this back up. I'm going to stop the share on this and bring up one other share. Where did my shares go? I had something here. I'm going to click the show. There it is. All right, where'd you go? Okay. So here is just a little graph of the where we've done so far. We did early off this day 1, day 2, day 3. So that's the first week, then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, and we just keep adding people on. If you see, these are 2015, 2016, 17, 18. This is 2019. We are considerably ahead of where we were just a year ago, and really, frankly, Lenore and I were looking at this today and go, this is where Lenore and I started. This is where we are right now. So it's been amazing the amount of people we're able to help. We're just seeing some of these notes come back talking about how great the counselors were, how helpful they were. Obviously, you occasionally get the one that's a little more difficult of a client or has a little more confused, but for the most part, everything's been going great, and the people we're helping are really appreciative of everything that we're doing for them. I do know that the amount of money that we have saved so far as on day 7, has been $460,000, and that's way up from any previous year. So we're almost at a $500,000 in 7 days. So that's pretty amazing. Again, that's a number we can't control, but it is a nice number to see when we're helping people. And it is playing out pretty much the same as it has in previous years, which is that about half of the people we see need to change and save some money. Half of the people that we see are perfectly fine the plan they are. They leave with the peace of mind knowing they have the best plan for them. So we're doing great. I'm babbling on here, so I'm going to get off here, let you guys go. We're doing a great job. Check out the scheduler. We got a few gaps next week we need some help with. You guys are doing great. It's just amazing what we're able to do this year. It's really kind of outdoing any of the expectations I even had for this year. So thank you very much. See you later.